This customer requested a Lilo and Stitch cake, and she pulled this design from my website. I want to say this is the third time that I make this exact design. I start off with a pink base, and then I begin with the blue chocolate drip. Every time I post a chocolate drip cake, I get asked in the comments how I made it or what's the recipe. I actually have never shared it before, but it's the easiest thing in the world. Once you melt your chocolate and get that perfect consistency, you add water. Yes, water. I know that water hardens chocolate and makes it impossible to use. Keep adding water and mix it until you get this perfect consistency. I will probably have to make a video on that one. Then I begin to pipe the top with this blue border in buttercream, and then I add this topper that I created on my iPhone, and then I printed it, put it on a stick. Then I get my palette and make this diagonal line so I can kind of have a guide to know when to start. I use that same blue that I used at the top to begin piping a couple of these, and then I used some white buttercream, added it to this bottom color to make this lighter color to create this ombre effect. And then I add a couple rows of those, and then I use a white at the top to create that ombre effect. Side note, I typically only use 1 pack of butter for an 8-inch cake like this, but because of all the added piping on the side, I did have to use 1.5 boxes of butter. I go ahead and add the fondant seashells that I had made out of my silicone mold. It makes it super easy to just pop out and stick them on the cake. And then at the bottom, I do a sand effect. I like to make a big batch of this. I get a big pack of graham crackers, put it in the blender, and then just keep it in a closed container and only bring it out when I need to use it. I add some white sprinkles on top, and it's done.